The World Food Programme has run out of aid supplies in northeast Nigeria, forcing a halt to support for nearly 1.4 million displaced people, many of them women and children, fleeing the deadly Boko Haram insurgency. WFP's Trust Lambo warns the aid cuts may drive desperate youths into militant camps as hunger rises across the region. Malnutrition is surging as Medicine Sans Frontiers reports over 650 child deaths this year alone, as 150 donor-funded clinics face closure. Nigeria's government has declared war on malnutrition, but many in Goza fear the worst. Now, Head of Area Office, the World Food Programme, Maiduguri, Borno State, Emmanuel Bigen-Nimena, joins me for more on this. Good to have you join us.
Thank you so much. It's really a pleasure, and thank you for having me tonight.
Aid cuts, it's a global challenge now. A lot of countries and organizations, donor organizations, are beginning to cut aid. And we understand, just 2024 alone, we understand that there was a deficit of 24 billion naira. Just give us an update on how this is impacting the humanitarian efforts in Nigeria.
Overall, in Nigeria, we have about 31 million people facing acute food insecurity. And in the Northeast alone, we have approximately 5 million people who are in need of food assistance. Unfortunately, we have been targeting less than half of that population. And we have been able to keep the hunger at bay by reaching 1.3 million people by end of July. But currently we are facing a severe funding shortage, and we will not be able to sustain this assistance if we don't receive additional funding. So currently our warehouses are getting empty. So that's the situation we are having right now in Northeast Nigeria.
And we understand that this could also impact negatively on the efforts to deal with security challenges in the country. Just tell us more about that.
Yeah, in fact, food assistance in this conflict-torn region is not just about saving lives of the affected people, but also it's giving dignity to these people and also helping stabilization. So if this assistance is suspended, so there are severe consequences in terms of course, exacerbation of malnutrition among the vulnerable people, including the IDPs who are stranded in the camps, and also for the young children who are facing malnutrition, as well as pregnant and breastfeeding mothers. These are the vulnerable groups that if the funding does not come through, will face severe levels of food insecurity and malnutrition. And also this could really contribute to destabilization. We are already seeing some levels or some protection challenges such as gender-based violence, but also there are risks that the youth who need livelihood support could really join the extremist groups.
And one of the things that I find quite disturbing in your report is that 150 donor-funded clinics are facing closure. Nigeria sort of depends on these clinics and donations as well to deal with outbreaks, especially for children, measles, polio, vaccines for children. And I'm wondering what the implication of that would be if these clinics close. And then do you have any support at all from the state governments?
Yeah, just to clarify, we are not closing the clinics, but the nutrition support you are providing are in the government health facilities. So we are forced to suspend nutrition support to these 150 clinics. So where children are being treated for malnutrition. So because we are running of nutritious assistance to these children. So that's the situation, and we are in touch, of course, with the government. We are raising awareness really to find all ways to ensure that this support could continue. So we are also appealing for our donors to sustain these operations in this region.
And the very interesting thing is that, because when we report wars and conflicts around the world, people do not understand the implication of it, that it's not just, you know, the war itself, but the impact, the destruction of property, then the displacement as well. And you find that even Uganda is also now hosting as much as 2 million, well, I think 1.9 million refugees in that country, also putting pressure on that country. And I'm wondering that as conflicts continue around the world, what the impact will be, especially for us here in Nigeria and the efforts at sustenance of those who are internally displaced.
Yeah, you're right. I think the world is really facing currently unprecedented crisis across. Not only in Uganda, you mentioned IDPs and refugees, but also what is happening right now in Sudan with the conflict you just mentioned in your report, in many other places. So what we want to ensure so that this Northeast Nigeria is not forgotten into this multi-crisis. So I think what is required is to, for this region in particular, is really peace and production. Northern Nigeria has really huge potential, agricultural potential, and therefore we need also to work on sustainable solutions so that we can really tackle the root causes of the current situation.
So what is the call? Because attention is shifting, whether we like it or not. Attention has shifted to the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. There is the Ukraine-Russia war that has also displaced people. Attention has shifted. As we have earthquakes, attention will shift. There is Sudan as well. I'm sure that Nigeria might not be on the priority list at this moment. And I'm asking what the call is from the WFP in terms of how people can support.
Yeah, that's the point here. So the attention has shifted to Gaza, to Ukraine, and other emerging crises. But the situation we are having right now in northeast Nigeria, with the escalation of conflict, and also with other compounding causes of food insecurity, so including inflation, skyrocketing of the prices, and also climatic shocks such as flooding. So this really are driving the food crisis, and that's why we are appealing to also pay attention to this region, because without support to the affected population, not only in northeast Nigeria, but can have really devastating impact and the escalation across the Lake Chad region.
And just finally, before we let you go, I just wanted to reiterate the call and what you're asking people to do, because you weren't quite clear on how people can support.
So currently, WFP needs approximately about $130 million to sustain this life-saving intervention for the next 6 months, so that we can continue providing the nutritious support to the most vulnerable young children and mothers, and also food assistance to the most affected population. So this is what the call we are making right now to our donors, but also to the government. And at the same time, we need also to continue investing in scalable, sustainable solutions.
And we hope that the state governments will also support as well, especially in resettlement plans. Thank you so much for your time. It was really eye-opening discussing this with you, the head of Area Office, World Food Program, Maiduguri, Borno State, Emmanuel Bigamina. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.